Hi everybody. Going to talk about band stuff today. As many of you may or may not know, I had my lap band in 2002. Lost about 100 pounds. Over the years, I've fluctuated up and down a little bit, and I'm kind of in a peak going back down trend right now. So we see a lot of stuff on Facebook, on the internet, and chat rooms. Oh, the lap band is dead. All lap bands need to be removed. This, that, and the other. I want to dispel some myths. Myth number one, lap band needs to be removed after 10 years. That's not true. The lap band was designed to be left in the rest of your life. Unless you're having a complication from your band, an erosion, a slippage, a dysfunction, there's no reason you can't continue to keep that band and use it as long as you need to. That's my plan. Number two, lap bands quit working after a while. All weight loss surgeries are designed to be a tool that let you change your lifestyle. It's how you use that tool that makes all the difference. So when I'm using my tool properly, I lose or maintain weight. When I depend on my tool to do all the work for me, guess what happens? Up goes the weight. Same thing happens with a bypass patient. Same thing happens with sleeve patients. And in fact, we even have a few duodenal switch patients that after a few years, that weight starts going. So if you're not using your tool properly, you're not going to have the optimal outcome that you want. If you're struggling, if you don't think you're using your tool properly, that's only human. We are humans. The effectiveness and the newness of that tool does wear out over a little bit of time. So if you're struggling, don't throw your hands up and give up. Come see us. Let us work with you to see if we can troubleshoot, diagnose, address, and solve that problem to get you turned around in the right direction on your journey. The other thing is, surgery A is better than surgery B. That's kind of a little bit of a stretch. Every surgery has its advantage and disadvantage. Love the sleeve surgery, most popular surgery we do, easy to do, easiest surgery that I perform or I've ever performed in my life. But there's a downside of that too. 15% of people are going to have heartburn or reflux. Some of it's so severe enough that they have to have revisions. That's another thing we've been seeing on Facebook. Oh, I had my sleeve 5 years ago, I had to have another surgery. Some people do that. What you have to keep in mind is the things that you're seeing that are negative on the internet or Facebook are not representative of the huge thousands and thousands of patients that have actually had weight loss surgery. The people that are not having a problem and are having success, a lot of those people aren't necessarily on there unless they're just big-hearted and want to help everybody else. They're out doing their thing. They're not in a chat room or a Facebook page talking about all the problems they're having because they're not. Now, we're very appreciative of those of you outstanding superstar patients that are on our Facebook, that are out there helping people that are beginners to help them through that early formative period. And I'm going to tell you, you beginners, and remind you that when I saw you in the office, I told you those first few weeks aren't a lot of fun. So if you're recent, if you've had surgery less than 8 weeks ago and you're struggling because you don't think your diet's progressing the way it should, or you don't think your pain's resolved as fast as it should, or your nausea hasn't resolved as fast as it should, or whatever, if something just doesn't feel right, that is common. Now, if you think something's really wrong, we want to know. And don't assume that it's just normal. Call us, let us know. But those of you that are experienced, that are helping our beginners along the early stage of their journey, I cannot express how much I appreciate you guys. I can't name you not by name because that'd be a HIPAA violation, but you know who you are, and I want to celebrate you and congratulate you and tell you how appreciative we are of you helping our beginners begin their journey in the right direction. So the other thing about the band is at least once a year we want you to come in to make sure it's still properly positioned, properly adjusted. Over great periods of time it can lose some of its restriction, or you can have a stretch, or you can have different things that if we catch them early can be addressed non-surgically. If you're going to have another operation in the early days of the lap band world, we used to completely deflate your band. We don't really do that anymore unless you're really having an operation that affects your GI tract. As long as your band isn't already too tight, you don't have to come in for a complete deflate, especially if you're having a cosmetic operation. Now, if you are having a cosmetic operation, there's lots of great cosmetic people out there, but make sure you let us know who's doing it. We're not butting into your personal business. Well, we kind of are, but we want to make sure they're not going to mess your port up or cut your port tubing or do something stupid to your band when they're in there doing your tummy tuck. So at least drop us a line, email, phone call, let us know who's doing it. So if they have any questions what to do with your port or your band, we can address those questions ahead of time rather than have to go back and fix something later. What else? Old band tricks that most of you seasoned veterans know, but those of you that are new, if you're going to fly in an airplane, remember that the altitude and barometric pressure can affect your band. So while you're in the air, stay on liquids. Don't eat a whole aggressive solid diet, or you can get swelling and then end up throwing up. And who wants to throw up on an airplane? Not me, let me tell you. Scuba diving, you know, we used to freak out about scuba diving. We don't have a problem with you scuba diving, but when you come back up, don't just chunk down a whole huge piece of watermelon first thing. Drink some water or something to make sure you're not getting some overreaction from when you ascend to the surface. So it's not the descent that gets you, it's the ascent with your band. So doesn't mean you can't scuba dive. Love it, love it, love it. But be a little bit careful on jumping right into eating solid food after that. Boy, what else am I trying to hit real in a short period of time? That's pretty much it. If you have questions, email us, call us, reach out. We'll try to respond the best we can. If you're on our private Facebook page, you know, as an existing patient, you know, keep in mind, this is not for medical advice. This is for fun, and this is for support, and this is for encouragement. This isn't the proper place to address billing issues or complications or things like that. It is the proper place that I'm having a down day, you know, what can I do to turn it around? That's what we're all about. So thanks to our seasoned veterans that are out there. Keep it working. Thanks to those that have put your trust in us to be your weight loss surgery destination. And keep in contact. I'll see you soon.